Hi everyone, it's Simon here. It's Easter Sunday, the 31st of March. A happy Easter to you and thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Don't forget we're kept free of charge by the adverts you see around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the site. That's what keeps us free of charge. So thanks for doing that. I have to remind you because we are a commercial site. We're not an amateur site or an enthusiast site. And of course we exist to make money. So thanks for doing that. Okay, well there he is, the cold Easter bunny with the snow falling on top of him, and there has been some snow today along the eastern coast of the country, but it looks like his chocolate may actually start to thaw at the end of this week. It's good to see these temperature charts. This is from the ECMWF, and these are the temperatures at 850. And 850 millibars, it's about 5,000 feet up. And the reason we use 850 is just it gives us a good indication as to where temperatures will trend to without taking in too much of diurnal variations. So, this is the chart for London. There's today, 31st of March. Here we go through to the 10th of April. You can see that overall trend here is upwards. We're going from -9 at 850 today, and that really is cold for the time of year, up to around -1, which is just cold for the time of year by the time we get through to the 10th of April. And you can't just take one model, so you look across a few. This is the GFS for London. Now this only goes up to the 8th, but you can see here there is a trend upwards by the end of this week in temperature. This is surface temperature, so this takes us up to around about 10 or 11 degrees. And just looking a little bit further ahead, this is the GFS Ensemble. So here's today. This one takes us through to the 16th of April, and you can see there as well that general trend upwards, particularly from about the 9th or the 10th. So there are these hints that things will be getting a little bit milder. It's not going to be warm by any means, but it is going to be getting milder. And not only that, it's dry too. Been talking about this for the last few days as well. And this is the week's rainfall, taking us up to 6 AM on Monday the 8th. And you see here just a millimetre of rain for many areas. And some, yes, across southwestern parts of Ireland, perhaps the far north of Scotland too. But very, very little elsewhere, essentially a dry week. So with that warming as well, that should be some good news, at least for some of the farmers and growers amongst you. Just got to watch for a few snow flows just coming down these eastern coast from time to time, but as you can see here, they're just not amounting to much at all. And the reason is we've got high pressure in control. This is the chart for midday on Monday. And brisk easterly wind across the south on Monday, perhaps more cloud around central and eastern areas. 1 or 2 snow flurries in the east, but for many it is going to be dry, but feeling really cold in that wind. On Tuesday, high pressure still hanging around. We've still got that easterly flow look. Got the rain out towards the west here, but essentially it's dry. 1 or 2 snow showers perhaps affecting eastern coasts. On to Wednesday, a brisk easterly wind. This really will feel raw across the south, I think, as that wind sets in. Some cloud and some bits and pieces of snow showers, perhaps affecting eastern coasts of northeast England and eastern Scotland, but for most it's dry. Best of the sunshine is always going to be out towards the west. And for Thursday, the flow going around more into a northeast on Thursday may just bring an increase in the risk of snow showers across this southeastern corner. Could just be 1 or 2 affecting eastern coast, but generally it looks like being dry. Again, the best of the sunshine out towards the west. Perhaps more in the way of cloud for northern Scotland, Shetland and Orkney. And then Friday, well, flow again just starting to come around more into the northeast. Look, you notice we just got these bits of precipitation hinted at across parts of East Anglia in the southeast. That probably falling as sleet or perhaps even some light snow. A little bit of cloud and outbreaks of rain affecting northeast Scotland, but for most it's dry. Best of the sunshine always out towards the west, and high pressure again, look, close by. So what about further ahead? Well, you saw there the dry weather that's hinted at being on the charts. Just wanted to show you these. These are the GFS, the CFS long ranges. This is week 1, so this takes us up to the 6th of April. This was based on data from the 30th from yesterday. So this takes us up to Saturday the 6th. These are the 500 millibar anomalies. Here's the UK look down here. Now, notice that strong jet look there coming across the Atlantic, going through France, through into central parts of Europe, much lower heights than normal, but this block looks still in situ here towards the north. It's that that's driving things, and it's that that keeps high pressure sent to the north and brings this northeasterly flow down across the country, keeping us cold. Now, into week 2, and if I just scroll down there, look, you'll notice how through week 2, what we find is the jet look has moved north, so it's kind of in here. We've got a trough in here as well. So this is the period from next Sunday through to the 13th, so through to Saturday the 13th. What's interesting here is still got the block look up towards the north, so still got the high pressure here, but it's drifting away further east. Now, If we're just going to consider the flow patterns in there, we've got high pressure in here, okay? So we've got the flow coming around here like that. It'll probably flow around low pressures like so, and we probably have a deep trough here into central parts of Europe. So what this does is it hints at low pressure being centred off towards the east. That may bring unsettled conditions down the eastern coast of the country, or unsettled conditions through the UK at times, but this is setting us up for the potential for a change. Now, getting the detail in this is really hard at the moment. I can't pin down exactly what's going to happen during this period. I did lean into dry conditions for most of the country with the idea of some rain in the east, but I may need to revise that. But it's interesting to see this because this is a change taking place. And those of you who've been watching regularly will know that the models have hinted at this change taking place too. So let's look at week 3, which I can show you now. There's week 3. This takes us up from Sunday the 14th through to Saturday the 20th of April. And by then, look, we've got high pressure to the south, above normal heights here, lower than normal heights up towards the north. This is a normal pattern where we get the ridge over the States, we get the trough through the Atlantic, and we're getting that pattern going through. So this then hints at Scotland being wetter, but the south being drier and much, much milder during this period. And if we just look at week 4, then you'll notice that during week 4, what happens here is that we get the ridge building into the south. Look here with above normal heights, low pressure centred up here. That would bring in much milder southwest winds. That actually, believe it or not, is a warm end to April. However, very, very early days, but just interesting that this is what's being shown. Incidentally, the block, look, has been split. So we've got some here towards the east, we've got a ridge here, we've got a ridge here in the Pacific, but the block has been split out. If that happens, that's a warm pattern. So, hints of changes taking place, hints of us breaking down this current pattern of weather. We'll see what happens, but just wanted to bring you up to date on that. But for now, once again, thanks for watching. Remember, we kept free of charge by the adverts you're seeing around the screen here. It's by you coming back and using the adverts, using the site. That's what keeps us free of charge. So whatever you're doing, have a great Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate. And thanks for watching. Keep the sun shining. Bye for now.